Well, what's up, everybody, and happy Friday. Welcome to Success Power Hour Friday with your girl, Master Coach LaKendra Smalley. I am the founder and CEO of the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs, where we certify, train, and develop life coaches, teaching them how to monetize in their gifts, in their successes, and their talents, and turn it into profit. And also just teaching them how to hone in on what is most important in their life. One of my favorite questions that I love to ask is when you figure it all out, when you figure out exactly what it is that you want, will you allow it to be possible for you? Will you allow it? And life coaching is a lifestyle where they come in and they learn these radical skills, where they finally learn how to put themselves first, where they learn how to put themselves first and really go radically after what it is that they desire, so they can leave the legacy of love and compassion and abundance and fulfillment, all that good stuff for their family and for the world. That's how we can really be remembered. One person at a time is all you have to touch. One person is all you have to give your gift to. You give your gift to one person, you give love and compassion, you fill them up with hope and and love, and then they give it to their family and their friends, and then that one gift from little old you that you engaged to one person just infinitely gives and gives and gives and gives. And that's what life coaching teaches us. So you're here with us on Success Power Hour Friday, where I have decided to bring on some of my favorite coaches that's a part of the Institute who has gotten certified here in the Institute. So you can meet them and just see that we're everyday people trying to figure it out even ourselves. We're not perfect. We don't even believe in perfection over here. We believe in progress over perfection. As long as we are moving and flow on that journey of discovery, then we will truly live a life of fulfillment and abundance. So hello, everyone. Let me get this off of my screen. Why is this on my screen? I think we're going through some formalities, and I accidentally left it up because Q&A doesn't come until the end. But let's tap in over here. Hello, Nappy. How are you? Nappy Coach Nia is here all the way from McKinney, Texas. Hello. Coach Tamasha is here. Hey, Coach Tamasha, all the way from Ohio, because I'll get her whole state mixed up. And welcome, tribe. So y'all know what's up, right? Because before we even bring on our special guest, and I'm not going to tell you who it is first, I need for you to share it out, invite your coach bestie into this platform. One of the lead coaches, core coaches, Nappy Coach or Coach Tamasha, share this out in the lab so we can bring people on, share it out with the brand ambassadors, because we have one of our brand ambassadors that is going to be coming up. Hello, Coach Adam. Nice to see you. Welcome, because this is going to be such a great experience, because this is also probably her first time ever doing something like this. So y'all, she nervous. Okay. I just see her she cracking the hell up in the backstage. Okay. She's nervous, but we got her. Because at some point you have to start. And you have to start when you're afraid. You have to start when it don't feel good, when you got the butterflies in your stomach. Because once you start, then it will become just a part of your everyday life. Remember when you first started learning how to drive, and that was so paranoid, like, oh my gosh. And remember, we all said, I ain't never gonna drive on a freeway. I was the first person who said that. I'm just gonna be driving on the side streets. And child, I don't even want to drive on the side street. I want to get to where I need to go. So I'm going to hop on the freeway. And we're all like that. So we always put all of these low vibrational beliefs inside of us that we can't do something until you do it. And then when you do it, you be like, you know what? That was not that bad. I can do it again, right? Hello, Mr. Anderson. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, Ronita, Coach Romita. Thank you so much for being here. I love how y'all are jumping in. That is great. Keep bringing those numbers up, because we are getting ready to meet our special guest, but y'all know I can't even bring her on because I got to read and I got to put my glasses on. I wasn't even ready. I wasn't even ready. I got to put my glasses on, but I got to clean them first. So I'm gonna give y'all my red bottoms. This is what I call my red bottoms. So I'm gonna give y'all my little red bottom glasses today, and let's bring up our very, very special guest. I love that. Mr. Anderson. He said it ain't nothing to it but to do it. That's absolutely right. So let's pull up a little bit about our guest. Okay. We are getting ready to meet Coach Mary Claire. She is our purpose cultivator and resiliency coach, right? And I can't wait until you learn what that really means to her. Coach Claire was motivated to start her career due to very difficult times. And I'm not going to read about it because you're going to hear, because we're going to actually do a little interview and she's going to share with you just a little bit about her life, because I think when we are in our most vulnerable, voice, right, we connect faster with people because it's relatable. Like your real life, regardless of what you went through, the good, bad, and the ugly, everybody can relate to it. So you can't be ashamed to share your story. So what brought her here was very difficult times. What brought her here was not because she was on top of the world. That ain't what brought her here to coaching. It wasn't because she was making, thousands and thousands of dollars and now she just want to go and save the world. No. So everybody have this misconception about, life coaching. It's like, oh, it's these perfect people because they've overcome so much. Yeah, we overcome so much and we're still overcoming. But now we just have the resiliency to come in and share something that transform our lives. And we just want to be a gift to help other people who may be struggling or suffering through the same thing, to know that they can too. So Coach Mary Claire, she is very, very good about that. While coaching her clients, Coach Mary Claire states, it's not about how many times we fall, but on how many times we stood up after the fall that makes us stronger. A failed marriage or a relationship does not dictate who you are. You have to work on and love yourself so that you can cultivate the woman or man within. So y'all give it up. If y'all are ready for Coach Claire, drop me a heart. Just send me a little emoji in the comments. So the first one I see, I want to put it up on the screen. So send me a little cute emoji, a little heart, a little clapping of the hands, a little raising the hands, a little fire sign, a crown, a butterfly, or something. Just send it to us and I'll put it up on the screen and I will bring out our special guest. All right, Coach Adam, beat y'all to it. So here she goes.
Hello.
Hello. You know what? Actually, Mr. Anderson beat us to it. He had the fire sign. Yes. Okay. So, Coach Claire, thank you for saying this. I know this is nerve-wracking for you, right? But you are here and you look beautiful.
I just have to show up. No matter what.
No matter what. I love that. That is part of our manifesto for coaches. We show up no matter what. Okay, so the tribe is here, Coach Claire. And if you're tuning in right now, and if you don't mind, share this out on your page. If you don't want it on your page, no problem. Just tag a couple of people and bring them here, because Coach Claire is going to enlighten us. She has such a survival story. So Coach Claire, let's get into that, right? If you don't mind just going vulnerable with us just for a couple of minutes, You were just featured in the Disrupt magazine. Congratulations on that. on your feature in the magazine.
Yes, thank you so much for that, also, Master Coach.
Yes, yes, and that is a great magazine. You can Google it. You can Google Disrupt magazine, and you can find the latest article that was published with Coach Claire in it. And in the article, it talked about you coming into life coaching, and it wasn't because it was in a happy, like it wasn't a happy time of your life, but it was when you were going through something. Can you enlighten us on why you
Oh,
came into life coaching and how life coaching has helped you to be more of the happy person that you are now, the person that we see all the time?
yes. Yeah. Um, I was actually, I mean, I came into life coaching because I just want to journey with myself. And I was like, oh, what's wrong? Did I just
We
get
can see
stuck?
you. No, you're here. We see you.
Oh, okay.
We see you and we hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. And then I thought I was like, stuck with my internet. Okay. Going back into that, yeah, the initial purpose of getting into life coaching was actually to be with myself, to revisit my why, and to finally realign it to my true purpose. And yeah, lucky enough, with my great tribe, with the Global Institute for Life Coaches, I found who I am, the real Claire, the purpose, and I'm giving back
Yeah, that's
to the
good.
people.
That's good. And giving back, really, a lot of people don't understand. Like those people who are really heavy into service. Service helps us to heal. Like when we're able to take the most broken part of us and build it up through helping other people, it really does help us go on a healing journey faster. And in the article, Coach Claire, you talked about like just being in an abusive like relationship. What was your turning point? Like when did you decide like enough is enough and I have to do this for myself and my children? What was that aha
Yes.
moment that you had?
Yeah. I was like, right before the marriage, I was actually the person who don't take on BS, and I don't know what hit me by then. I came into, like, the marriage stuff, and everything was just like not what I have expected to be. Like, the relationship was so chaotic, and it's not the ideal relationship that I have been expecting. But well, we especially in the Philippines, we do honor marriages because we believe that they're much made in heaven. But well, that was 7 years, and I have to tap myself on that. I survived, and I came into a point that this is not working. Some marriages are just not meant to be. There are relationship that doesn't really have a happy ending, and the ending that will make both of us happy will be to go on our separate ways. And that was like, boom, I'm
Mhm.
gonna do this for me, for myself, and for my children. And yeah, after that, I went overseas and get on with my life, supported my family and all that. And then when things were just like what I have wanted it to be, everything was stable financially and all those stuff. Um, there can be this pandemic came over, so COVID-19 came, and then another blow was that I get retrenched. Right, there were a lot of businesses affected on this pandemic, and the first thing that came up to my mind is that this happened for a purpose,
Mm.
because I cannot just dwell into the victim shirt,
Mm.
right? So yeah, and then it was that very moment that I mean, it just hit me that what I've been through is a story. I mean, I can convert it into a story of hope for others. So, well, anyways, Mr. Coach, before I forget, because I'm too excited and too nervous, I actually forgot to properly introduce myself.
There you have it.
Yes, all righty, fellow coaches and Master Coach Kendra. I am a purpose cultivator and resiliency coach. I establish a space to assist my clients in building up that resiliency while unleashing themselves from the imprisonment of their past, right?
Mm.
Because sometimes we tend to forget that, we forget our strength that is actually just within. We tend to forget the capabilities that we just have it, because I want to help my clients to be able to not just live, because life is short, but to intentionally and apologetically and purposely celebrate every day of their lives.
That is so good.
Yes.
That is so good, Coach Claire. A lot of people, will be listening to this, and I want to go back to just close the door on when you were talking about just being in an unhealthy marriage, and you finally just had the strength to leave because you knew that you had to save yourself, right? You found the love within yourself, not only for you but also for your children, and it was that resiliency, or just that self will to move forward. So those of you who may be in troubling relationships, sometimes you have to have a shift. There needs to be a shift where there is a separation so you can know whether it's healthy enough for you or not. And you will know when that truly happens. So thank you for sharing that, Coach Claire, because a lot of people are in, you know, poor relationships and they don't know what to do, because it could be, like you said, coming from the Philippines, marriage is, is a great honor, right? And you stay in that and you work that out, through sickness and health, better or poor, worse, bad, or ugly, it doesn't matter. So women, we do have this strength where you have to protect yourself. You have to have a happiness within in order for you just to be a good mother. Because I'm going to tell you, a lot of us is messed up because of our mothers. You know what I mean? Our mothers not fighting for their own self-love and that resiliency that raises great kids, and the pain that we carry is the pain that we truly give to our children. So I commend you. I really commend you on that. I am going to cut you loose. If y'all are still here with us, send us some love. I know that y'all are listening, tuning in, and for the coaches who are here, I know that you're hearing this story probably for the very first time, as Coach Claire is being her vulnerable self. But she's going to be talking about journey from worst to worth. And you've already started hearing a little bit about it. Her journey from worst, ST, to worth, TH. And that topic alone is so healing. So, Coach Claire, are you ready just to drop some nuggets to our listeners?
Ready?
She says, ready as I'm going to be. So those of you who are listening and you're here in the United States and you may hear some roosters and stuff going, Coach Claire is in the Philippines right now. It is already Saturday morning. Okay. It's already Saturday morning. And baby, they are woken up by roosters, especially if they're in a rural area. So just get used to it. Don't let it bother you. So Coach Claire, I am going to cut you loose, and I can't wait to be writing my notes down, and I will be back to check on you in a few, because as I say every week, they ain't here to see me no way. I'm just the little old person that's walking by, waving to everybody, bringing them to you anyway. So have fun, and I'll be back.
Sure. Thank you so much, Master Coach Kendra. All righty. So, worst to worth. Yes, Coach Nia. If you have ever locked yourself in the bathroom, cry, and wash your face, then come back out like nothing has ever happened. Girl, I should say, you're too strong. All right, so this morning I'm going to share with you 5 key points to journey from your worst to your worth. All right, so get your pens ready. Number 1 is stop wearing the victim shirt, right? So most of us wore the victim shirt. Like, we tend to blame others for all the circumstances or for all the situations that we are in. That's quite handy. That's the easiest way out, right? Just put the blame on others. But if you really want to get into that survivor shirt, you just have to undress, right? Get it off, and don't sulk into that mess. So you have to go back and put on your survivor shirt. So as what Master Coach would always say, tell us, just show up no matter what. So this is why most humans fail, because we get shameful, we get too embarrassed because we make decisions that we are not really proud of, right? But life happens, right? And it happens to all of us. So today's situation isn't what it is going to be tomorrow. It never is. So just show up and speak your piece. Stop wearing the victim shirt. That's number 1. I am a survivor. There were a lot of things that challenged me and almost broke me and really just cut me off. But when I stumbled a lot of times, I get back up each time. And because of that, I became stronger because of what I've been through. So that's for number 1. Now, number 2, yeah, stop wearing the victim shirt, Nappy Coach. Next is the past cannot be changed. Let's accept it, right? Now move on. It happened. What happened already happened. The milk has already spilled. So no point getting it all back, right? So move on, but do not do it for anyone else, right? Do it because it's the right thing to do for yourself. You have to move on because you want to heal. Do it to prove to yourself that you're worth saving. You do it because you love yourself more than anyone else. So put that past behind. Do it because deep down inside you, you know that you deserve more. And you know your worth. So truth is, sometimes, you have to do what's best for you and not for others. That's your life. You have to live it. Yes. Accept it. The past can't be changed. Accept it. Yes. So everyone falls down sometimes, and everyone makes mistakes. But don't stick to that. You just have to pick up yourself and keep going. And tell yourself that everything is going to be okay. So the pain that you feel today will be the strength that will keep you going tomorrow. Just be grateful. Be thankful for all the struggles you have to go through. They make us stronger. They make us wiser. And at the same time, humble. Don't let your struggles break you. Use them to make you, to become a better you, to become a wiser you. I really admire people who choose to shine even if, after the storms that they've been through, because these people know their real worth. And sometimes we desire so deeply that we wanted to be loved, that what happens is that we forget how important ourselves also is. Yes. And we forget how it is to be truly valued and appreciated. So if things screw up, just accept it, let go, and move on. The past cannot be changed. Accept it. Okay, so for number 3, every journey is different. Never compare yourself to the life of others. Especially now, with the presence of the social media, we see people who are very happy. We see people who are going to places, and sometimes we will just end up feeling anxious, feeling jealous, and that doesn't help at all. So stop comparing yourself to others. We all have our different journeys. We all have different challenges, right? So with this, you just have to get rid of that crippling negative mindset. Sometimes we came into thinking that these people, they live a happy life, they deserve what they're having at the moment. Cut that negative mindset. It will stop you from making it happen into your own life, because we deserve what we have. Stop living up into the potential and just be the best version of yourself. So it is in loving, it is in accepting, and it is in embracing your real self that we have, and what we are capable of will bring the authentic you. And that's not from anybody else. It is your mission to bring out the best in you. Now, we're going up to number 4. Until you heal, it will hold you hostage. Thank you, Coach Attorney Heidi. Yes. May you learn to turn your pain into something so beautiful that it heals you. Heal for yourself and not for others. Accept your past without regrets. Yes. And handle your present with confidence, because you need to face your future without fear. Right? All right. Where was I? Okay. Yes, you have to heal because of yourself and because your children don't deserve a broken you. Your children doesn't deserve a broken version of yourself. My story was filled with a lot of bad choices. I accept that. There were a lot of heartbreaks, there were a lot of dead ends, but it also became a tale of rebirth. It was a tale of survival, and it was rising from the crumbles of my past and healing from them that makes me who I am today. But nobody's perfect, right? Who is? So we all commit mistakes, we make wrong decisions, we do stuff that we are not so proud of, especially now that we have grown, we're wiser. But then that just doesn't dictate who we are, right? The damages that it has caused us, we have to go through it and make it, a stepping stone to the future that we have. So yeah, there will be strong winds, especially here in the Philippines. There's a typhoon coming up. Yet we have to be resilient. We have to
Okay, I think we had just some little technical difficulties going on with Coach Claire. I'll just be on until she come. I mean, if you're really enjoying yourself, like right now, what is your favorite takeaway? You know, because she is really talking about some great resiliency tools that we all can use to get ourselves back on track. So, what is your favorite tool from 1 to 4 that she has already mentioned thus far? There was something that she said that really touched me, and that was she said, my story was filled with a lot of bad choices. Man, how many of us really admit that? I've been talking about, I'm leading a mastermind right now, and we're talking about the hero's journey. And as the hero is on his journey, there is a place of atonement that we have to come to terms with. And that's really embracing like our choices, our bad choices, and going back and making them right, whether we caused them or someone else caused them, but we're going back in and we're being responsible for our own lives and we're making it right. But a lot of us, as we're on that journey, we jump over that part. We jump over that part because we don't want the accountability. We want to feel like the victim. But in order for you to truly meet your reward, or to collect those gifts, right? Because on this journey, we're learning about ourselves and our resiliency, and that's all that she's talking about. Y'all, she back, but y'all see how I came in and just took over? Because you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So I'm going to bring Coach Claire back on. Coach Claire, you back or not? We see you. Can you hear me? She's in slow motion. She's in slow motion.
Hello.
Okay, you're there. You're there.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Coach.
You're just a little broken.
Okay.
Okay, you got it?
Okay. Yeah, maybe because my internet is not so good now. Oops. Hello?
We hear you.
Okay, good. So, well, we were down to the 5th one. So that's sustainable happiness is found within you. And yeah, yeah. If you still will probably the most important apologies that I owe is towards myself. I apologize to myself for not thinking that I wasn't enough, for thinking that I have to settle for the less because that's what I deserve. I apologize for myself because I thought I was not worthy. And I apologize for myself, to myself, for not realizing the worth that I deserve much like years ago. And I have told myself, I apologize to myself. And I felt sorry for that. But I cannot just dwell into your while we someone else who is looking up to us is admiring our strength. So just always revisit that strength within, because it's just within. It's just within.
She's stuck again. Like she said, they're waiting on a typhoon there in the Philippines. But listen, y'all, I want to say I think I got out that
Happiness
number
is
5. Okay, you're here. Coach Claire, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Was number 5 apologizing to yourself, or what was it? What was number 5? We didn't hear it. I think it's apologizing to ourselves. Is it number 5?
It just have to go apologize. Yeah, yeah, yes.
Okay.
Apologizing to yourself.
Okay, we missed that part. So number 5 is apologizing to yourself. And listen, y'all, progress over perfection. We are moving in digital times where our lives are going to be ran by, do you got good Wi-Fi? Are you up in the mountains? Or are you down in the valley? Or are you in the cave? And, we're going to be like fighting just to communicate, right? So, I really just teach the coaches, like, just chill out. There's nothing perfect. We're still here together. We got the gist, right? We got the gist of what Coach Claire, what her message was. And I think that it has really truly blessed us, right? Just hearing your vulnerability and your journey of just believing in yourself and conquering your fears, and now being here with us, right? Because you were so nervous. You were so nervous, but you got into your flow, Coach Claire, and you rocked it. So I see that you're moving. Do you want to end with something? Would you like to end with something?
All right. Just want to share this to everyone. Like, breaking up is okay. Letting go is okay. Starting over is okay. But what is not okay is to settle or to stay somewhere you are not valued and appreciated. Well, yeah, hell yeah, being alone is okay.
Coach Claire said, hell yeah, being alone is okay. Okay. Love it. Love it. So listen, y'all, send your questions in. We're going to do the best that we can in answering your questions, right? As long as Coach Claire can be in slow motion with us and pop back in, like she's stuck in this little matrix. It's okay because we're here. Okay. So do you have any questions, or would you like to make any comments or add value to the topic of today? As Coach Claire has been talking about her journey, her going from worst to worth. Anybody else has been on that journey of going from worst to worth, right? And you're still here. You're still here after the breakup, after the divorce, after losing your house, after the repo, after being fired from your job, after having miscarriages, after getting devastating news of losing someone very dear to you, of losing a lot of people that's dear to you. We're still here, right? We're still here, and we're still fighting because we have a purpose here on this earth. You survive thousands of sperms, y'all. Like when your mama dropped that egg, right? And all these little sperms, like it was so many eggs and so many sperms that's been waiting on their turn. But you were chosen. So in spite of like all of the shame that you carry or that you hide, you're still purposeful. Even if you've done some of the worst things that you could ever speak of, you're still purposeful. Like Coach Claire says, you have to forgive yourself. You got to go through forgiveness. It really doesn't matter about what other people think, because there's always on your journey, there's always another village that's waiting for you to accept you. So sometimes you got to leave the village that you're trying to fit into that no longer wants you. Hell, get away from them and go on your journey. And I promise you, you'll land right where you're supposed to be, where people will accept you and not shame you for your wrongdoings or for your bad choices, or judge you for the choices that you've made in your life. And I think a lot of that just keeps us down, right, Coach Claire? It just keeps us down and burdened.
Just go where you're appreciated and where you're valued. That really matters.
Y'all heard that clear.
Adam.
Y'all heard that clear. Coach K was like, me, look, me, and me, right? Raise your hand, right? Okay, so any questions? I know Coach Adam has a question because he always has a question, or he always makes some type of really valid point. So Coach Adam, we're waiting for you because I know you're going to send something in. Shout out to all of the coaches who are on here right now. We're in our Q&A. We're in our Q&A where we can show up and we can ask questions, or we can just make a statement, right? Leave your footprint here, because somebody who don't know us is going to be watching this and they're going to be like, you know what, them people are so aloof, but you know, they all right. They kind of chill. They super dope. Because y'all, we really don't be caring. Like, we don't care about, I don't care about this messing up, you know? And somebody's mind is messing up, but in our mind, it's a beautiful, it's a beautiful, unapologetic, imperfectly perfect mess. Right? So we're here because we can't control. That's 10% of life that we can't control. And once we release like all of that ego of wanting to be in this perfect sense of control, or in this atom, it doesn't exist, y'all. That's the reason why we are in the state of being that we are in now. Just go with the flow, because we still here. I didn't freak out and be like, oh my gosh, we gotta log off, child. We staying here until 5:30, because that's what time we're supposed to be here for, a whole hour. Okay, so coaches, I need for you to show up for us, send some comments and some information in so people can be blessed. You know, my mama always told me, whenever you have a stage, you might as well just get up there and bless people with something. You just can't get up there and have your mouth open, right? Okay. So anyway, Coach Adam says, I told y'all Coach Adam was going to say something. How do you know when you are healed so you can stop holding yourself hostage?
How did I know that I was healed, Coach Adam? It was when I look back into my past and I just pat myself on the shoulder and, hey girl, you made it. You've been through it and you've made it. When you revisit your past, that hurtful past, and you don't feel the pain, you know, you don't feel that how it was, you don't feel hostage anymore if, like, you know, you have already break free from that prison. When you don't feel the pain, when you don't feel the hate anymore, but you feel grateful that once in your life that happened. Because of that, you are a better you, you're a wiser you, and now you know your worth. Just be grateful. When you have this grateful heart and no more pain, that means you're healed. I mean, that's for me. That was how I knew that I have already healed from that very painful past.
Wow, that's good. That's good. When because you do know, right? Because you don't even have the same judgment, you know, even against yourself. I really, really like that. We hold ourselves hostage. You said something that I would love for you to elaborate on a little bit, Coach Claire. You said, you know, sometimes you have to go back and look at your past to see how you've like overcome. Do you think it's a good idea for everybody to at least just go back to look at their past, or do you think that people should focus more on where they currently are now?
The past is the past. And you just have to accept it that it really happened. Because loving and losing is just one letter difference, right? That's just V and S. But what is making the difference with this one letter means a lot of degrees of pain. And once you're able to handle that pain and turn it into something productive, as what I've said earlier, don't let it break you. Don't let the pain break you. Use that pain to make you, who you
Mm,
are, to make you a better you, and just be the best version of yourself.
that's good. So really, it's okay to go back and look at your past when you're resilient enough, when you're strong enough, right?
When you're
And
strong
so,
enough.
yeah, I love that. I love that because it's really what I teach my clients as well. It's like right now, evaluate your strength. The strength that you have now, did you have it when you were going through, whatever it is that you were going through? They typically say, no, I'm much stronger, I'm much resilient, and I'm like, okay, well, now it's time where you can go back and do some reflection, so you can go ahead and get that broom and sweep it all up, right? Because we leave some things behind that'll still come back and haunt us, and that's because
Yeah.
we truly haven't healed from it. So you made a really, really valid point. But if you go back and clean it all up, right, then the past will just be the past.
Don't
Love
get
that.
hunted with the past. Yeah.
Love it. Love that. Hey, Coach Nilo. He said hello all the way from Manila. Hey, Coach Adam is back. He says, why is it important to not feel like a victim, even if you were wronged?
Yeah. Okay, why is it important not to feel like the victim even if you were wrong? Because wearing a feeling the being the victim, Coach Adam, it will, going back to my tagline, it will keep you imprisoned from that situation. Because feeling that you are a victim will make you feel like, oh, this is what I deserve, right? This is, it's easier to just blame others because of what you're going through, because of others. That's why you're here. If you keep on wearing that victim shirt, you will never go from that comfort zone. You will never learn. You will never be the best you.
That's good. That's good. Because keeping yourself a victim will make you still carry that shame,
Yes.
right? It will paralyze you where you won't get out of bed, where
Mhm.
an opportunity will be right there in your hands and you will shrink to that opportunity because you feel like you're not worthy.
You're
So,
not worth it. Yes.
yeah, and you're not worth it, and so really good. That was a good question, Coach Adam. It's really helping us to reflect. Coach Nilo said, victim to victor through healing, victim to victor through
Yes.
healing. Absolutely. Healing is not easy, y'all. It's not. We can talk about it. However, if you really think about it, you are more resilient and stronger than you would ever know if you just really sat down and looked at how much you have survived from maybe early age, if you experience some type of trauma from infant, to 10 years old. What did you survive that you're still alive now? And then from 11, to 15 years old, and then from 15 to 19 years old, and from 19 to 20, 30 years old, and then from so on. If you really sit down and evaluate your life, you would be like, oh man, I'm a superhero within. Like I have this my own power within, and we don't give ourselves credit. We don't.
Yes.
We don't give ourselves credit. So victim to victor, we all are. Everybody who is listening to this right now, you have gone from victim to victor. You are the one that pulled yourself out. Yes, it probably included your faith. Yes, it probably included prayer. Yes, and it probably included great people that encouraged you on the way. But at the end of the day, you still had a choice to not to be a victim.
Yeah.
Because most people who stay in victim mentality, they commit suicide. They're strung out on drugs. They're deep into alcoholism. They're deep into just like a deep, dark place they can't pull themselves out of. But we're here.
Because they
shining.
deserve it.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're here. Look at Coach Claire. Go read her magazine. Matter of fact, if you go to our page at GICE, GICE Loves, and you will see she's also our Coach of the Month. She's just a radical woman. And go and read her article in Disrupt Magazine and see how she's gone from victim to victor. If Coach Claire can do it, so can you. Coach Claire, you have done such a beautiful job. Do you want to leave the listeners with anything?
Yeah.
Any powerful words?
Mm-hmm. All right. So for me, it's just like I have this affirmation for myself. Because if there is anyone else in this world that I account to who am I now, of course there are a lot of people around me, and my tribe, the GIC tribe, is just awesome. The support, the love that I get from all of you, the encouragement, it all matters. But if you ask, no, come to think of it, if you ask who is that person that made you or helped you who you are now, I should say it's myself. Me, myself, and I do have a lot of choices, but at the end of the day, it is what that I decided on will make me. Because I have affirmed it to myself that I am going to make a very beautiful life for myself, no matter what it takes. And I hope you are too. Thank you very much, Master Coach.
Awesome. That was great, the parting word. So thank you, Coach Claire, so much for being a part of the tribe, for being a brand ambassador, and just being on this journey with us. You're such a breath of fresh air. Like, you do not look like what you have survived. And I wish you all of the success and abundance, because you are such a beautiful being, right? And you deserve everything. Like, you just really do. You always keep a smile on our face. You always are showing up. And you really tribe hard. You are the true example of a change agent. And I totally appreciate you. So y'all send Coach Claire some love. They're sending you love. The coaches are showing up. Hello, Coach. Hey, girl. Because listen, we keep on the journey. Do you hear me? We had a whole technical difficulty where we lost her. She came back. Then she looked like she was in the Matrix, and she came out the Matrix, and then she came back to normal, and we stayed on, and look how clear it is now. Because we are so easy to give up, to throw in the towel, because we want this microwave world, and that's not the reality of what God built for us, right? Forget what society is building, but what God built for us is beautiful, it's relentless, it's filled with love, it's patience, it's compassion. And so I thank you all for being here. And we are now on our announcements, so Coach Claire, do you have the collection plate so we can pass it around the room, and maybe we'll get a couple of dollars? Pass around the collection plate, like we in church. Pass around the collection plate, because we're in announcements.
That's a lot. Yes, Master Coach, I would just like to take this opportunity to share to everyone, especially here in the Philippines and particularly in Region 8, here in Leyte. Yes, Master Coach Kay and Attorney Coach Heidi. We do have a hub, right? With the GIC Asia Hub at the second floor of Astrodome at Tacloban City. So if you are looking for a coach, a life coach, or if you want to be a life coach, our office is open for you. So you can just reach out to us. We have here our Asia core, Coach K, Coach Attorney Heidi, Coach Doc Romel, Coach Hermone, and myself. So at your service.
I love that. I love that. And we are also still shooting for a class there, right? Oh, well, it will be this weekend. Well, the next time. 2022, we're going to have a bona fide certification calendar for life coaches up there in the Philippines. Other than that, if you're here in the US, especially here in the state of Texas, we do accept Texas Medicaid for your mental health needs. So if we are mentors, we're coaches, we're counselors, if you just need the help, all you have to do is just reach out. You don't have to be ashamed of reaching out, because what we want is who we are is preventive care. So if you are just in a difficult time in your life, maybe you're in transition because of COVID, you lost your job, you don't know what to do, your anxiety is up, you're stressed out, the kids are at home, they're turned upside down because they missed out on a whole year of school, they're behind, they're stressed out. That is what a coach is really for, really to help to come back in and help to get you centered and back on your journey to success, back on your journey to resiliency, as you see Coach Claire is still doing, and also myself is still doing. So just reach out to us. Our website for mental health is www.jiceloves, it's right here, .org at the bottom of the screen. So visit jiceloves.org, find out more about our programs. Even if you are a business and you have employees and you need, a wellness, department, or you need something just for to keep your employees resilient so they can reach that bottom line. We know how that is too. We also can serve you wherever you are in the world. So in the Philippines, it doesn't matter, in the United States, in Africa, in Canada, and in Alaska, it don't matter, because you see the internet takes us everywhere, right? So I wanted to say that on tomorrow, it is our last mental health certification, only for JICE coaches. Yay! So I'm so excited to be meeting our coaches on tomorrow. It's a family reunion. I love when we get to the mental health certification, because I don't have to get to know anybody. We all kind of know each other, and it's just really diving in and learning the do's and don'ts of life coaching and how to expand your capacity in this world and how to get a return on your investment. Because when you finally, dive into, a niche-based certification, then you can truly go out there and market yourself. So I'm excited for all of the coaches who will be in that class. You still have time. If you are a coach and you have not signed up yet, you still have time. Class starts tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And if you're in the other part of the world, if you're in Asia, it starts at 12 a.m. 12 a.m. Okay? Because why did our whole Filipino tribe miss the last class? Because they had the time missed up. It was so funny. I was like, where's our other half of our class? Child, they was asleep. Do you hear me? It's so funny. It was so funny. But we really are just really a family here. We are a global community, and we love showing our love for each other without judgment, and without wanting anything back in return. We just kind of show up for each other. And that's what is so beautiful about being a part of a community. So if you have ever wanted to know what life coaching is, or you've heard about it, maybe somebody even said, you know what, you kind of remind me of a life coach, go and visit our website at www.globalcoachentrepreneur.org. And there's a tab that says Start Here. If you click on Start Here, it'll take you kind of like through the journey of what a life coach is, and what a life coach looks like and what it sounds like. And if you are interested in making coaching a lifestyle, because this is exactly what it is, a lifestyle, then we would love for you to join us next year in 2022. We already have our dates up for global certification. We haven't specified our dates for our Asia territory yet, but it doesn't matter where you are in the world, as long as you can stay up and hang in there, you can get certified underneath any of the global dates. We teach it live. It's not something that you have to learn by yourself, which is another beautiful thing. And we go on the journey of discovering, who we are and things that we need to take responsibility for so we can elevate to our next level. So thank you, everyone. Our time is up. You survived.
Yeah, it was fast.
You
I
survived. We were on, and I am so excited. Those of you who follow me, I am a cast member of a reality show that is called Boss Ladies of Dallas. You can follow Boss Ladies of Dallas on Facebook, or the Boss Ladies of Dallas on Instagram. And we will be live today at 8 p.m. Just doing a review of the first episode that was shown about 2 weeks ago. So I would love for you to even join us there. Coach K. Sabala says, congratulations, Coach K.
Thank you, Coach K.
Thank you. And we're going to sign off on that beautiful congratulations from Coach K. Sabala. And thank y'all. Have a beautiful weekend. And we will see you next week. We will be here every Friday up until New Year's Eve. So signing off. Peace and blessings, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye.